Tesla may be entering a quiet transition phase, and the most important story right now may not be Robotaxi, FSD, or Elon Musk's latest AI battle. It may be something much more practical, the Model YL. Because if Tesla brings a longer, more spacious Model Y to the United States, it could quietly reshape Tesla's family SUV strategy. Good morning, everyone. This is Ken. Today, I want to break down the latest Tesla updates from an investor's point of view. This time, we did not get one massive headline, but we did get several small signals. Model YL speculation, the NHTSA investigation closing, FSD improvements, Robotaxi app expansion, Cybercab updates, Starlink aviation news, X money, and the OpenAI lawsuit involving Elon Musk. So today, I want to separate the real signals from the noise, because for Tesla investors, the question is not just what happened today. The better question is, what does this tell us about Tesla's next phase? Let's start with the Model YL. This is the story that caught my attention the most. Model YL is the longer wheelbase version of the Model Y. It offers more interior space, more flexibility, and potentially stronger appeal for families who want a 3-row or 6-seat Tesla. Tesla has not officially launched it in the US yet, but several Tesla influencers in the US have recently been reviewing or discussing it, which has created speculation that Tesla could be preparing the American market. And I think this matters more than it first appears. This is not just about making the Model Y slightly longer. This may be Tesla finding a very efficient way to refresh demand without launching a totally new vehicle. For years, Model X played the role of Tesla's large premium SUV. It had space, luxury, 6-seat options, and the Falcon Wing doors. But Model X is expensive and its market is limited. So if Model X is moving toward the end of its role in Tesla's lineup, Tesla needs something that can absorb part of that demand. Not necessarily the luxury demand, but the practical demand. Families who want more space, buyers who want a Tesla SUV but do not want to pay Model X prices. That is where Model YL becomes interesting. It may not replace Model X emotionally, but it could replace part of Model X demand functionally. Tesla may be shifting from a premium halo SUV strategy to a scalable family SUV strategy. And scalability is what Tesla does best. That may not sound as exciting as Robotaxi or Optimus, but from a business point of view, it is very realistic. And sometimes, realistic moves are exactly what support the stock while the futuristic businesses are still developing. Next, let's talk about the NHTSA investigation. The US National Highway Traffic Safety Administration had been investigating reports involving the steering wheel in some Model Y vehicles. The concern was serious on the surface, the possibility that a steering wheel could detach. But, according to reports, the investigation has now been closed, and the issue appears to have been extremely limited. The key point is that this was not described as a broad design defect across the Model Y platform. Instead, the cases were reportedly connected to 2 vehicles produced in early January 2023, where bolts were not correctly installed after offline repair work. This is not the kind of news that suddenly changes Tesla's valuation, but it does matter, because for investors, uncertainty itself can become the problem. So this update is best understood as a small overhang being removed, not a huge bullish catalyst, but definitely a small relief. Now let's move to FSD. Recent software discussions around updates like 2026.14.3 and FSD v14.3.2 include a change in how users can report FSD interventions. One important addition is navigation-related feedback. At first, this sounds boring, But I think it is important because the challenge with FSD is not only whether the car can steer, brake, accelerate, and avoid obstacles. For real-world autonomy, especially robotaxi, the vehicle also has to make decisions that feel natural. Which route should it take? When should it change lanes? Where should it drop off the passenger? A car can be technically safe, but still frustrating if it chooses awkward routes. So if Tesla is collecting more detailed feedback around navigation problems, Tesla is strengthening the data loop around real-world usability. Many people look for one magical FSD update, but real autonomy improves through thousands of small corrections. For robotaxi, trust is everything, and these boring details are what build that trust. Now, let's talk about Cybercab and robotaxi. There has been continued discussion about Cybercab production and the early stages of Tesla's robotaxi rollout, but investors should not immediately jump from Cybercab production has started to massive revenue is coming tomorrow. At this stage, the more realistic view is early production, validation, regulatory preparation, and service testing. The newer point that caught my attention is the Android version of the Robotaxi app. That may sound like a small app update, but it widens access. If the service was mainly centered around iOS users before, Android support expands the potential user base and makes the platform more complete. Again, this does not mean robotaxi revenue suddenly explodes, but it does mean the service layer is being built out. And that is what I want to see. Not hype, infrastructure. The robotaxi story may not be one giant switch that turns on everywhere at once. It may be a city-by-city rollout. That sounds slower than the hype version, but it may also be the more believable path toward a real business. Next, let's quickly touch on Starlink, X-Money, and OpenAI. These are not direct Tesla revenue stories, but they are part of the broader Elon Musk ecosystem. Starlink continues expanding into aviation. X-Money appears to be moving closer to launch with possible payment and financial features. And the OpenAI lawsuit involving Elon Musk, OpenAI, and Sam Altman continues to show how intense the AI power struggle has become. For Tesla investors, the important point is simple. Tesla's future valuation is increasingly tied to AI. Not only EVs, not only batteries, but real-world AI, FSD, Robotaxi, Optimus, training infrastructure, autonomous decision-making. So when Elon is building XAI, expanding X, and pushing Tesla deeper into autonomy and robotics, these stories are connected at the ecosystem level. The upside is powerful, but the risk is also real. Elon's attention is spread across many ambitious projects, and Tesla investors should watch both sides carefully. So, let's bring everything together. From April 26th to the morning of April 29th, we did not get one giant Tesla headline, but we did get several small signals. Model YL may show how Tesla plans to support family SUV demand after Model X. The NHTSA investigation closing removes a small risk. FSD navigation feedback shows Tesla is improving the details that matter for real-world autonomy. Robotaxi Android access shows the service platform is expanding. Cybercab is still early, but the pieces are slowly forming. And Starlink, X-Money, and the OpenAI lawsuit remind us that Elon Musk's broader ecosystem is moving fast. But if I had to choose the most important story today, I would choose Model YL, because Robotaxi and FSD are already central to the Tesla thesis. Everyone is watching them. But Model YL is different. It is practical, it is closer to today's auto business, and it may help Tesla defend demand while the bigger AI and autonomy businesses are still developing. As a long-term Tesla investor, I would not look at these updates as random headlines. I would look at them as clues. Tesla is trying to protect the current vehicle business, improve FSD, prepare Robotaxi, and stay connected to Elon Musk's broader AI and technology ecosystem. The key question is no longer just, what did Tesla announce today? The better question is this: is Tesla quietly building the next phase of its business before the market fully recognizes it? That is what I will keep watching. Which update do you think matters most for Tesla investors right now? Model YL, FSD improvements, Robotaxi Android access, X money, or the OpenAI lawsuit? Let me know in the comments. And if you want daily Tesla analysis from an investor's point of view, make sure to subscribe to Life in the Future. Thanks for watching, and let's keep looking at Tesla, not just as a car company, but as one of the most important technology stories of the next decade. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home, I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.